Well, good morning. Diane and I are up in Beach Mountain right now, and it's about 64 degrees outside. It's raining, and so it might seem like a good time to do a little review of our trip to the Smoky Mountain National Park and our camping in Smoke Mountain. The Smoky Mountain National Park is a huge park. It runs along the crest of the Blue Ridge Mountains, which are part of the Appalachian chain. And it runs on Highway 441 from Cherokee straight through the park over the crest of the mountains to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It has 3 or 4 of the highest peaks on the East Coast, and there's a lot of hiking and trails and many things that you can do there. We stayed at Smokemont, and Smokemont is near the Cherokee side of the park, and Smokemont is a fairly good-sized campground that allows both tent camping and RV camping. We stayed mainly up in the RV section, but both sections are very, very nice. There is no electric, but there is a dump station for the people with large RVs. There's water, there are bathrooms, no showers, and the park is laced with streams and brooks and so forth, fishing, and a lot of people take advantage of all these activities. We came in through Cherokee. Cherokee is part of the Cherokee Nation reservation. It's a town that today is primarily tourist-oriented, gift shops, restaurants, some swimming, many private campgrounds as well as the national park. And there is a very large Harrah's Casino there, which you can imagine draws a lot of tourists who come to gamble. The entrance to the park is where we came from, was Cherokee. Like I say, Cherokee has all these tourist things, but they also have some museums and other venues that tell the history of the Cherokee people. It's a fascinating history. A lot of it is not very pretty. It details the Trail of Tears, where the Cherokee people were forced to evacuate their homes and go on reservations. But today, it's peaceful, the people are happy, making a nice living from the tourists, and so this is what's going on. Now, when you go into the national park, the highway leading into the park, you'll see elk walking right across the highway, and of course traffic stops for them. Many tourists who come up here have never seen elk or other such abundant wildlife. But the park not only has these elk, which are very prominent. They were introduced a few years ago to the park. Before then you would see some occasional small deer and so forth, but now the elk are plentiful. We saw some, in fact, large antlers, which in the past we did not have a chance to witness that often. But as you go into the park, you'll notice there's a new rule. In the past, because the park runs along Highway 441, the park had the most visitors of any national park in the United States, over 14 million last year. And yet, they didn't collect any real money, only from campers or people who did the horseback riding or bought ice and so forth. But today, with the new policy, any stay more than 15 minutes inside the park at any of the park sites, you have to have a parking permit. The parking permit is very reasonable, it's $5. Considering that all other national parks, it's like $30 or $35 just to get in. So it's $5 a day, and you can use it for the whole day. And they have bargains for $15 for multi-days. So that's what that is. So, like I say, we're up in Beach, and I thought I'd put together a few clips from our visit up in Smoke Mine. We're experiencing a deluge here at Smokemont. I want to show you what it's done. Everything is kind of flooded, even the campsite. I want to show you at this stream over here, which generally is just meandering along. If you want to take a look at this and see the change, it looks almost like equipped for whitewater rafting. It is just very, very rough and just, I don't know if you can get a good idea of how ferocious this is. Maybe I'll try to zoom a little bit. I'm holding an umbrella in one hand. It's quite raining very hard. A lot of people have left, which is unusual. You can hear the thunder. I'm on by big trees. You can hear the thunder. For the most part, we're okay. We had a little bit of leak in the back door. Got some stuff wet, but our screen room provides no protection in something this hard. The water's high near the van even. So anyway, when you're in the Smokies, you have to expect rain, and indeed we got it. Riding into the park from the Cherokee side. Visitor center at the entrance on the Cherokee side, Great Smoky National Park. It's crowded as can be. As crowded as can be. This road heads up to Smoke Mine campground. Tent camping part of Smoke Mine. You can see there's a lot of nice tenting. Yesterday you wouldn't want to be in a tent here. The place was deserted. We had a deluge. The ponds were flooded. Not the ponds, the streams were flooded, raging with water. This is what it looks like. These are more individual. As we get further down, what you're going to see are people doing family gatherings, church groups, different kinds of activities. Sometimes this field is loaded with kids playing ball or frisbee or just having fun. Now we're getting more into the more crowded sections. You'll see more big canopies and bigger vehicles. It's a bit more, much more crowded in this section. We would not be happy staying in a section like this. But if you're coming with your whole family and you want to eat together, and so it's, you don't mind it so much. You can see, and you'll see the difference when we get up into F where we camp. Not crowded at all. kind of a rigorous trailhead over here, and it's pretty good. You can see the stream over here, and again, this is the crowded or family-oriented group, family-oriented big table, grills, black stones. Probably coming up one of the biggest tarps I've ever seen in my life. It's huge. To where we camp, it's called F, and it's RVs only. Like I said previously, you sometimes see it. Once I saw it take video. So you can see this is one tent site, RV site rather. And you can see how nice and big these sites are. Much more spacious. Smell of firewood is pungent right now. Everybody's dried out. Weather's spectacular. So these are some of the different rigs that you see. Not many pop-ups, mostly these big trailers with slide outs. Beautiful place right now. Campsites are nice, they're all back-in sites. No pull-throughs. You can see a nice variety of these. There's a nice airstream. Coming up is a kind of a retro camper. That young boy must go 100 times a day around. There's the retro camper. It's really nice. But that gives you an idea of the kind of things that are here. Beautiful, a little warm in the day, but cool at night. A short walk down from the riding stables, you come across a little trail that leads up to the Smokies Baptist Church, which is an abandoned church from years ago. We've been up here before, but it's worth taking a look at. It's like everything else here. You can see it up there. Like everything else here, it's uphill, but not too bad. A lot of gravel path, but just a bit of a change in elevation, as you can see. It's up there. So, but they've made it nice for you. if you notice, it's a beautiful church. It has its own private restroom facilities. I'll give you a peek. Oh, it's a two-holer, but we're coming in from a little bit different direction than the first time. This church is beautifully either restored or maintained, even though it's not used except occasionally. But you can see in the mountains, instead of using concrete pilings, they use this gigantic boulders, and you can see them here. They look like they'll last a lifetime, which I'm sure they will. They just stack them on top of each other. I'm sure that the Park Service or somebody's put these stairs. These are absolutely not original stairs. You get in here, and right now it's quite dark. But if you, the light that we're using here is from the windows, and they have electric run up here, but it's locked. We think that maybe because Diane discovered up on the pulpit, there's an open Bible, and so we're guessing maybe they have ecumenical services or something. Occasionally there's the good book. And the people here that you meet at the campgrounds, not only are they very friendly, but they tend to be people of faith and patriotic. They're very helpful. If you need something, we went to visit a friend. The camper across from us said, because we left some stuff, valuable stuff, he said, "Don't worry, I'm watching it for you." So
another camper gave us vegetables.
Another camper, yeah, Diane just mentioned another camper gave us a big basket of vegetables, which we gave to our chef friend. You can see how these things, they stack, I don't know, granite or whatever that is. Very powerful stone to support the building. And I bet it lasts longer than the places that were made to code years ago. So, just kind of a short, nice walk up here. We met a ranger last year. He comes up and checks. You're not supposed to write on anything. People tend to like to write who was here or who loves who, but you're not supposed to do that. The rule in the outdoors is take nothing but pictures, and we try to abide by it. But anyway, that's another thing that's right outside Smokies. It's on the way to, depending where you're coming from, either to or from the riding stables. It's not very far from there. Every place in the Smokies, there's a stream or a brook, something here. Here's a type with ice cold, clear running water just coming down off the mountain. So you can see. Now the path down the other way, we decided to go back a different way because the path that we went the other way is where the horses go. And the hoofs muddy up the road and mix it with horse dung, and so we decided to skip that. Okay. Now this is a scene right off this trail. We'll be getting some elevation gain soon, but you can see these streams are so nice. So we're about 2 miles, and we're now at where the loop starts. You can see, I don't know, the steps go down pretty steep, and then there's a log bridge, which I'll try to do that just to get over the other side. But that's another 3.9. I think for us to go back, it's 2 miles. And I think that may be what we'll do, but I just want to see how it is over here. So 2 back would be 4 miles. Another 4 would be 6. I think that's more than we want to do, but look how nice the brook is. You can see how this is. So I'll have to be careful because there's moss on it, it's slippery. I want you to have an idea of how nice this place is. Look at the height of the trees. So let's see what's on the other side. Probably young and foolish might run across this, but that's not me. Okay, I made it to the other side. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know what the heck happened with Siri, but you can see. Now, if you start from the other side, I don't know how much had gotten filmed, but if you start from the other side, it's almost straight up. And the height, change in elevation, if you're a flatlander and have different muscles, and you're not young, we do age-adjusted hiking. So this looks pretty doable, but I'm afraid right over that ridge, it's going to go straight up. One of the most interesting things you'll see, these beautiful butterflies. They love to feast on horse dung. And this trail is littered with it. But look how pretty they are. Interesting. Surprising, something so beautiful. They love to feast on dung. Hikers meet equestrians.
How are you guys doing today?
We're great. How are
Great.
you guys?
Good.
We walked, you rode.
Go pick a horse. The stables will let you
Hi.
You have nice ones. Oh, here's the real equestrian coming up. Good job.
Got a pretty horse.
Okay. I'm going a little short self-guided trail. A couple of good old boys, must be CCC guys fixing this. Let's see how it goes. Pretty nice. This sawed-off log is pretty comfortable. It's not wet or slippery. A lot of gnats, oh my goodness. Thousands of them. Maybe food for trout or something, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to see how this thing goes. You can see it's pretty nice. Nice little bridge here over a stream. bit cooler here in the heavier woods. See how nice the stream looks? There goes the trail. You can see it's going up. You're in the mountains. Everything goes up. Pretty nice. You can see they do a little bit of switchback so you don't have quite as much elevation change at once. Very, very nice in here. Peaceful. This year, in addition to the screen room, we bought a shower tent. We haven't tried it yet. There's the van. It ran great, even though we had an overheating problem. We don't know what the answer is, and we will get it checked when we get back to Tennessee. Here's our screen room. We have our solar panels set up, but not getting much solar. Here's our new shower device. We saw some folks make them on YouTube, and we are doing it also. When we get out and about, we'll do some more video. So here's the shower. We're going to try it today. We're going to walk over and show this nice site across from us by the stream. The sites here are very, very nice. A lot of youngsters, mainly they're across. There's a group camping over there. And these youngsters, there's a big field and they play games. They're having an awesome time. Another fun thing for the youngsters and some oldsters is to float down these streams on tubes. You can see how nice. The water's nice and cool. Probably cold. It was cold this morning. We had to wear sweatshirts and jackets when we got out of the van. The sleeping is very nice. We have a window open. There's the site I was telling you about, these sites that have full sun. So folks with solar could fully charge at these places, but we can see there's a lot of big rigs here. They're a bit more skilled than me at backing a milker, but this is how it is. We're experiencing a deluge here at Smokemont. I want to show you what it's done. Everything is kind of flooded, even the campsite. I want to show you at this stream over here, which generally is just meandering along. If you want to take a look at this and see the change, it looks almost like equipped for whitewater rafting. It is just very, very rough thing. I don't know if you can get a good idea of how ferocious this is. Maybe I'll try to zoom a little bit. I'm holding an umbrella in one hand. And it's quite raining very hard. A lot of people have left, which is unusual. You can hear the thunder. I'm on by big trees. You can hear the thunder. For the most part, we're okay. We had a little bit of leak in the back door. Got some stuff wet, but Our screen room provides no protection in something this hard. The water's high near the van even. So anyway, when you're in the Smokies, you have to expect rain, and indeed we got it. This is a little drive through Cherokee, just passing a few of the places that you'll see if you drive around town. So you'll be able to see a few things, and then we'll look at some of the shops and signs, and maybe you'll get a better idea. You can see Cherokee is a real tourist destination. I'm from Tarpon Springs, and it reminds me a little bit of the Sponge Docks, only more Native American motif. We just shopped in this store, and not politically correct in this area, so a lot of nice things you can see. Essentially a tourist area. We're in Cherokee, towards the shopping area. You can see here some of the items that you can get. A quick peek at the Harris Casino. This wall is the wall that shows up as you're exiting the Cherokee Indian Reservation. This is apparently Cherokee writing, and it says up here that this is the seal of the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Nation, and from November 28th, 1870. So that's a long time ago. They have a flame up there, perpetual flame. They have it beautifully landscaped. They have these wildlife creatures, fox, bear, more bear. Looks like a little wolf, maybe, sitting over here. This bear down at the end, I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something. That's quite a pose. This is spectacular, beautiful country. There's the beast. We'll be back.